Hello, this is Shannon Kringen, Goddess KRING in Seattle, and I'm feeling like I'm wanting a fresh start. I put a diffusion filter on the lens. Let this be a symbolic gesture that the light can be diffused and a little bit creamy and a little bit milky. It is January 19th, 2024. What's in store for the Goddess Kring today is the gesture of being in a white bodysuit with white shoes and in the process of reorganizing my apartment and restructuring and clearing the clutter and dealing with the feng shui disruptive energy of stirring the pot. I self-published my book, Kringonian Pizzazz. 10 years ago, I did Art, Identity, and the Sacred, and then recently, which is a visual art book, more recently I did Kringonian Pizzazz, doing a lot of art modeling gigs and medical modeling, acting, and in the process of, as you can see behind me, all the stuff that's around, I am going into my storage closet and feeling lucky and grateful that I have such a massive storage closet in my apartment. I live in a kind of industrial, funky apartment that has this like unusual, like utilitarian style closet that's not aesthetically gorgeous, but it's very functional and very industrial and funky. And I have boxes and boxes and boxes of CDs, of photos of me, of basically artwork, of photographic prints, of paintings I've done, of art supplies that I haven't even used yet, of my music CD collection of beautiful rock and roll and blues and country and jazz and folk and all kinds of different music collection that I forgot I even had. And a lot of it is some of my own music and little videotapes that I recorded. I found a cassette tape from 1980 when I was just 12 years old. My girlfriends and I made a funny comedy skit and music tapes for my dad, who still lived in California when we were up here on Whidbey Island. So I'm going to try to transcribe. I have over 700 Goddess Kring videos that I'm transcribing. And I was thinking about the idea of success versus failure and how it really doesn't matter. I mean, of course, it matters if you fail or succeed at achieving a goal, if you're trying to accomplish something. But what's more important is actually doing what you love, because we don't always have control over the external effects that our work has in terms of being an artist or anything really. When you have a fitness goal or a financial goal or an artistic goal, you may or may not reach that goal. And I think that people have a fear of success and failure, but some people say fear of success is an illusion, and that you're really afraid of is that you associate success with something negative, like a kind of failure. Like if you're too successful, then other people will think you're an egomaniac or a narcissist or a selfish jerk. Or if you're too successful, like if you're a musician and you become really successful, then you get a bunch of bands giving you their CD and saying, hey, can you help me? Hey, I'm a musician. Can you help me? Hey, 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 hey. And so then you get bombarded with people who think because you're famous or successful that you can help them and lift them up. And I imagine that would be stressful. So there's a dark side to being successful. But at the same time, the other dark side of being successful is that you lose touch with yourself, and you want to please your fans to the point where then you forget why you're even doing what you're doing if you're an artist or a musician. So it's almost like it's better to stay grounded in doing what you love. And so I was thinking about about a week ago, I did a 29-minute monologue that I thought was pretty good and pretty powerful. And I said all kinds of interesting things, and now I don't remember what I said. And the audio didn't record. And I got so frustrated that I actually uploaded it to my YouTube channel, even though it had no audio. And then I deleted it because nobody can understand it. Unless you can read my lips, nobody can understand what I'm saying. And I was so frustrated and so angry that because I tested and it didn't, and it worked. And then when I actually hit record the second time, it apparently, for whatever reason, did not record the audio. I hope this is recording the audio. So I was so frustrated, and I haven't done a 29-minute monologue since, like, over a week ago. I've been doing a medical role play acting. I acted the part of being a mother of twins. I acted the part of being a mother of a 5-year-old that had seizures. In real life, I'm not a mother of anyone. I'm just a mother to myself. I've had many pets, but I've never had a human child, offspring. I've never given birth. So to me, acting like I'm a mother is very much using my imagination because I've never been a mother. So that was an interesting experience, and they told me I did a good job on the improvisational acting of that. And it's interesting that I'm not too shy to do that. So I'm in the process now again of organizing my apartment, of trying to clear the clutter. For years, I've been procrastinating about donating extra clothes. I'm one of these women that collects clothes, even though I get most of them at the thrift store and I get amazing bargains. They're not fancy fashion, high fashion or anything like that. They're just basic, like, good clothes that I got on discount. Some of them I got for free at the Buy Nothing group, and some of them I get at the thrift store, buy per pound. I get bargains. But I finally went through my closet and found all of the perfectly useful clothes that don't fit me, and I washed them and dried them all, and I donated 3 boxes of clothing to this woman who gives clothing to a refugee camp. Apparently, there's 600 refugees somewhere near Seattle in this camp, and I donated to her, and I donated some rice and beans that I had extra that I got from the food bank, and then I donated 2 boxes of clean clothes for a women's boutique in Seattle. There's this women's shelter on Capitol Hill that has a women's clothing boutique, and so I'm happy that some other people will find my clothing useful. But I will say one thing about my tendency to have too much stuff. I have a tremendous fear of scarcity. It might have been because of the stressful nature of my childhood, of moving around and going back and forth between my parents divorced when I was 4, and I went back and forth between my mom and my dad and my grandparents. I lived mostly with my mom, but my dad and grandparents also helped take care of me. And so it was very chaotic and confusing, and my mom got married and divorced a bunch of times, and we moved around a lot, and there was just lots of stress in a certain way, and lack of stability in a certain way. So some psychologists say that people that were raised, and I'm an only child, so I had no siblings to lean on in this stressful time. Some people say that if you have a tendency to be a bit of a pack rat and have a fear of scarcity, almost like people who live through the Depression, who think they constantly need to have extra supplies. I'm afraid of running out of things. And it is good to think ahead and have extra supplies. But if you're so disorganized with it and you're so chaotic with it that you can't let go of anything, even though you don't need however many extra things that you have, it's a sign of psychological woundedness. And so I donated these 5 boxes of clothing, and I felt happy that somebody else would find them useful, and good about myself for doing something nice for others. It's like, pat myself on the back for trying to help other people and not just be selfish. And I wasn't doing it for virtue signal reasons. I was doing it to genuinely help and to make my closet more organized for myself. So I was also helping myself learn to let go. And I remember feeling kind of insecure, and like I suddenly had the urge when I donated 5 boxes of clothes. I suddenly had the urge to go down to the thrift store where you buy stuff for $2 a pound. Like, you get amazing bargains, but you have to sift through lots of junk to get to the golden treasures. And I had this urge to go down there and get more stuff, because I gave away some stuff. Oh, now I got to get more stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to lessen and lighten my load and clear my clutter. And so I had to kind of sit with myself and have compassion for me going through feeling insecure about letting stuff go and thinking I had to hurry up and replace it. Kind of like I work almost every day of the week, and I honestly don't have to work as hard as I do, but just in case, because I'm a full-time freelance person and has a random schedule, I tend to say yes to every single job that comes my way, and I'm really happy that I get so many opportunities, but I don't really take enough time for myself to rest. It's like my calendar, when I look at my calendar for the last 30 years, it's crammed. I write with a ballpoint pen and a paper calendar. It's crammed full of modeling gigs, pet sitting, dog walking, medical modeling, art modeling, focus groups, different opportunities, recording sessions with my musician friend. I mean, it's good that I'm so busy and creative, but it's like I cram everything so full, there's no time for me to just sit with emptiness, like to sit with the Zen Buddhist empty, clear space. So I'm wearing this white bodysuit, trying to remind myself that I can clear the space and clear the energy. And I'm glad that I finally have the courage to look at some of my old Goddess KRING video episodes for my TV show, because in a lot of them, I'm very upset in talking about my emotional challenges and my relationships that weren't working and my stress. And I put myself down a lot and said a lot of negative things about myself and angry things, maybe about other people as well. And I feel kind of embarrassed about that. And yet at the same time, I feel proud of what I did. So I just want to continue onward with my Kringonian pizzazz, my poetry book, the Goddess KRING documentary film, working on new music with Dave Flowers. We're going to do an entire Goddess KRING documentary and an entire Goddess KRING album is what I was going to say is poetry book, music album, documentary film. Those are the three main projects. Oh, then the archiving of the Goddess KRING, the 700 videotapes of Goddess KRING. Those we are archiving and figuring out where to put them for people who want to watch them, and digitizing all the old VHS tapes. So I was on public access in Seattle from 1995 or 6 to 2010 or 11. So about 15 years every week. So over 700 videos because, 52 weeks out of the year times, every week I did a show for 15 years. So that's over 700. So plus I did extra special shows too that were random things. So there's probably about 800 videos. And so I'm just like, and my YouTube channel has about 820 videos now. So if you're joining me on YouTube, thank you for subscribing and liking my videos. I know I'm not super popular. Part of me wants to figure out what I can do to become more popular. Maybe I could, if I had to teach something on YouTube, it would be I could teach you how to do an art car. I could teach you how to be an art model. I could teach you how to paint shoes. I could teach you how to live frugally in Seattle, which is an expensive city. There's different skills that I have that I could try to teach other people. Somebody said I could do videos that are more focused being on topic. I have a tendency to be in the neurodiverse category of autism in terms of my ADHD, chaotic mind mixed with my more rigid mind, mixed with an OCD style of doing things. But then again, I'm really creative and really like all over the map. So I just wanted to do a video and share that and say, this is Shannon Kringen saying, have a good day, follow your heart, follow your dreams. I'm going to get ready for my next project and upload this video to YouTube. And I've been uploading some older Goddess KRING videos lately and figuring out different categories. I could do a poetry category, a music category, a hand-painted shoe category, an improv monologue category. I'm trying to organize my playlist better. I'm going to go to Houston for the Art Car Festival and Parade in April 2024 with two friends of mine, and we're looking for hosts from Seattle all the way to Houston and then all the way back to Seattle. Looking for people to host us on Couchsurfing and Be Welcome. Those are websites. And also looking for, good deals on hotels, if we can find bargain discount hotels. Those are just some of the things I'm working on right now. So just going to continue on sharing in my improvisational way. So good luck, everyone, on whatever you're doing. So life is an adventure into the great wide open. So yeah, it's good to focus on what you want to expand and not get too caught up in the drama your own inner drama as well as the outer drama in the world unless we can do something to fix and help. It's best to just focus on what you want to manifest and try to build on that and have compassion and empathy for yourself and others and just continue on following your heart and your soul and your creative ideas. Question everything. So yeah. So yeah, have a good day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Goddess KRING, Shannon Kringen on YouTube. Life is quite an adventure.